everyone, this is Ellie Mae with Silhouette Secrets Plus, and today I was recording a new class that I'm going to have be coming out soon, but I needed to create a new cut setting, so I thought I would just record it as I'm doing this. So I am on my send screen in my Silhouette Studio software. I was cutting a rhinestone template material, and I'm going to add in a new material. I'm going to be cutting Caesar holographic HTV. So that is not currently in my settings. I previously had it in my settings and then it disappeared with a software update. So I'm going to just add that back in. I'm going to click on this more option here, and I'm going to come down here to this plus sign. All of your user defined settings show up at the bottom. And you can see I have different settings for Caesar Easy Weed, leather, acrylic etching. So I have some of my own settings in there. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to click the plus sign. I'm going to, with it highlighted, I'm going to choose Caesar holographic HTV, hit enter. It's going to add that new material in there. I'm using a Cameo 4, so it's going to cut with carriage 1 on the Cameo 4. You can see this. It is recognized by my software that I have a Cameo 4. I'm going to change this to heat transfer vinyl. And then I'm going to adjust this setting. So I want to adjust this to the setting that is in the Caesar website. So I just went out here to the Caesar website. They tell me it is a blade 4, force, oh, that's for glitter, blade 3, force 14. So I'm going to use those settings to start with, and I'm going to see if that's going to work. So blade 3, force 14, and I can choose save. If it comes up with update Caesar holographic HTV settings, would you like to copy your new carriage 1 cut settings to your legacy settings? I'm going to choose, you can choose don't ask me again. I'm going to choose yes, and then that's going to update it for all past models of machine as well. Then I'm going to simply click this X when I want to close out of it. But another thing I wanted to show you here is if you right click on this, you get the option that you can export your user defined settings as well. You can also import if you ever have to. So if you create your own user defined settings, it's a good idea to export those as well. So in this case, since my software updated, I now have to choose, when I click on these, I now need to choose which machine that these are set for. With the release of the Cameo 4 model machines, it adds in a lot of different cut settings and a lot of different materials that other older models could not cut. So in this case, I would choose edit that. I don't need to edit anything. These are the settings that I had before, but it made me choose that option. What I want to show here is if I click on that one, hold my shift key down and click all the way at the bottom, I'm going to get this, which means I may need to go through and reset all of these that I previously had. But with all of those highlighted, I can right click and I can choose export selected items. That's going to export what's called a CSV file, and that's going to have the cut data for your user defined settings. So then if you ever needed to take your settings to a new computer or import those back into the same computer because an update wiped your settings out, you could choose import materials. I'm not going to do that at this moment because as it looks like I need to change some of those settings to choose which machine that I'm using, and I'm just going to simply click the X. And then I can come in here and I can scroll down to the very bottom and I can choose Caesar holographic HTV. That's the setting that I just set up. The other thing you can do is it used to reorder those user defined settings to make it I just had to click new material because it would not let me unhighlight everything. So I'm just going to choose delete on that. I started to say that it used to reorder these into alphabetical order. It no longer reorders them itself. You can drag them and drop them where you want them so that you can place them under the user defined settings and where you would like them. So you can reorder those settings how you choose to. Now, I do get asked often if you can delete settings here for the silhouette materials, and the answer is no. Those are preset options that are coded into the Silhouette Studio software, so you cannot change those. You can change the settings, but you cannot delete those. So they are all in the software, and your user-defined settings cannot be moved to the top. So they always show at the very bottom of your materials list. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe and click that bell for notifications if you'd like to receive future content notifications. Thanks for joining me and have a great day.